A very good morning, students. Welcome back to PHP online course. In our previous session, we started this PHP course and we have discussed the complete details. What concepts we are going to cover in this PHP and why we are going for this PHP. Everything we have covered. So quickly in today's session, I'll be starting the PHP actual concepts. In as it is our second session, and so far we have not done any kind of programming in PHP. So as a first step, we are going to learn how to set up the software or how to do the environment setup for PHP program execution. So basically in today's session, we'll be practicing that one only. I will show you how you can, what software we need in order to execute the PHP programs, what compiler we need to execute PHP programs, and how we can do the setup, the complete setup for this PHP programming. So as I said in my previous session, that PHP, it is a server-side scripting language, server-side programming concept. So whenever we are saying server-side programming, so we need to have a server, isn't it? A running server, so that whatever programming we are writing, that programs inside the server we can execute, and using a client we can see the output. So programs we run on server, and output we check with the help of a client software. So basically two softwares we are going to use here. Okay, one software is a server software. So to represent, to show a server, I will draw a database kind of thing. So this is my server, let us assume. Okay, or else draw the server like a computer. So we'll assume this as a server. This is my server. Okay, this is my server. So whatever PHP script, PHP program we are going to write, that we deploy into the server. Okay, PHP script, PHP code we deploy in the server. So this is my PHP code. Deploying is nothing but keeping, putting. Okay, then with the help of a browser, with the help of a client, this is my server software. Okay, this is my server software where I am deploying my PHP code. Then using a client, client is nothing but any browser application, any of the browser application running in your computer. Okay, so this is my client software. So using client software, what I will do, I will access the server. I will access the server like how we are accessing Google. Using browser only, we are accessing Google, isn't it? Google is an application running on a server, and with the help of a client application, we are accessing the server script. So in that same way, PHP is a server-side scripting. So PHP code we deploy into the server software, and using a client, using a browser application, we access that server-side scripting. Okay, it is client server based programming. Whatever we do with the help of PHP, it is a client server based programming. So where the client is nothing but our browser software. Browsers we have different, isn't it? Your IE, Internet Explorer, your Chrome, okay, your Edge, Microsoft Edge we are having, your Mozilla. All these are examples for client softwares, browser softwares. Okay, then using any of these browser softwares, you can access the PHP code which is running on the server software. So over here, what sort of software we use to make it as a server software, in the sense Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat. It is a special software. It is a Tomcat server. The name itself, Apache Tomcat server. Okay, so we install this Apache Tomcat as part of XAMPP server. XAMPP server. Okay, This XAMPP server we have to download from the internet, and inside this XAMPP server only we are going to have the Apache Tomcat server. So in this Apache Tomcat server, we deploy our PHP code and we run that PHP code. So once the PHP code is running on the server software, you can access the output. You can see the output of that PHP code using any of the client software. So all these integration, how we are going to do, you have to remember. So we need clients, many clients will be having in our computer, isn't it? We will be having Mozilla, will be having Internet Explorer, will be having Chrome. Nowadays in all the computers we'll see these type of client software. So no need to bother about the client softwares. Where we have to bother in the sense, yeah, in case of these server softwares, because they are not the regular ones, they are the specialized ones, and you need professional training in order to install and in order to run these server softwares. So Apache Tomcat server is one such type, and we are not installing Apache Tomcat directly, rather we are installing XAMPP server, and as part of a utility program inside this XAMPP server we are getting this Apache Tomcat server. Okay, so once the Apache Tomcat server is running inside your computer, you can put the PHP code inside that Apache Tomcat server. Then what will happen? That Apache Tomcat server itself acts like a server-side program. So once the Apache Tomcat is successfully executed your PHP code, you can see the output from that PHP code using any of the client softwares. Okay, using any of the client softwares. And today I will show you how to install this XAMPP server. So go to your PPTs. Okay, so tools that we are going to cover in this particular PHP training. The first one, the Oracle Database Express Edition. This Oracle database already we are quite familiar, because in your SQL, when we practiced SQL queries, we did it on Oracle only. So we are already aware of these Oracle Express Edition. Okay, then this XAMPP server, today we'll see how to download, how to install this XAMPP server. And this Edit Plus, it is a kind of, because this XAMPP server, it is not going to have any kind of text editor to write the PHP programs. Okay, so this XAMPP server, it is just a server side utility to run the PHP programs. It is not going to have any built-in what we call text editors. So for that sake, we use this Edit Plus. This Edit Plus, it is more like a text editor. So using this text editor, we write our PHP programs. Hopefully you understood. So these three tools we are going to cover as part of our training, PHP training. Oracle, XAMPP server, and the Edit Plus tool, Edit Plus utility or Edit Plus text editor. Okay, so the first step to install this Edit Plus, you can easily download from the internet and you can install, because it is something like installing a regular application into your program. You don't need any kind of professional training in order to install this Edit Plus. It is very easy to download and install Edit Plus. But where exactly we need special type of training, in the sense in this XAMPP server. It is also more like a regular installation only, just few minor steps you have to remember. Okay, so XAMPP server, in order to install this, first we need the backup file. That backup file we can download from the internet. Okay, just visit this website. So over here, environment setup for PHP. So first we have to install the XAMPP server. We have to configure the XAMPP server, start services inside the XAMPP server, and run the PHP programs. So these 4 steps we have to follow. Okay, first of all, install. Before installation, again, we need to download it. So to download the XAMPP server, what we have to do, in the sense, visit this website, www.apachefriends.org, then /download.html. Visit this website. Okay, once you open this website, just note down this website and type this website in the address bar of your browser application. If you have the active internet connection, just type this one into your browser application. So then it will open the website for you, the Apache Friends website for you. Okay, so over here inside this Apache Friends website, it will list the Windows versions of XAMPP. Okay, Windows, XAMPP for Windows. Okay, XAMPP for Windows. So over here you have to download this 8.0.3, the latest version of XAMPP. Okay, the latest version of XAMPP. So just click on this. I mean, if your operating system is of 32-bit, download the 32-bit version, and if your operating system is of 64-bit, download the 64-bit version. So mine is 64-bit operating system. So I will click on this particular thing, and I will download the XAMPP of this. Okay, it is of 156 MB. So if you have the active internet connection, when you click on this, it will immediately start the download process for this XAMPP uh, XAMPP software. Okay, so once it has downloaded into your computer, into your downloads folder, you will get like this. This is your XAMPP. Okay, XAMPP Windows x64, the version. Okay, installer. Okay, like this type of folder you need to, this type of file you need to get inside your downloads folder. Okay, so once you have this into your computer, just double click it to install the to start the installation process. So now you have the downloaded version, so you have to install the XAMPP into your computer. So just double click on this one to start the installation process. Okay, just double click on this one to start the installation process. So when you double click it, it will give you some message like this. Okay, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Simply click on yes. Okay, click on yes. Okay, so once you click on yes, it will give the, I mean, welcome window. Welcome to the XAMPP setup wizard. Okay, setup XAMPP, this icon it will show, and here Bitnami, then it will give you next and cancel. So click on next to start the installation. Click on next. Then it will list all the uh, tools, whatever it is installing into your computer. It will list all those tools here. Just don't change anything over here. Keep all the settings as it is. Keep the check all these checkboxes as it is, and click on next. Okay, just keep the complete stuff as it is, don't change anything, and click on next. Then it will ask you to select the installation folder, so that also you keep as it is. Inside C, then XAMPP. Inside C, it will create a folder with name XAMPP, and over there it will install your XAMPP XAMPP software, XAMPP server software. Okay, so then don't change anything here also. Then click on next again. So once you click on next, yeah, again it will give you some settings. I mean, whatever settings you have selected, that settings it will list, and again it will ask you to click on next. So don't change anything, click on next. Then it will ask you whether you need more information about this Bitnami for XAMPP. So over here a checkbox is going to be there. Simply uncheck the checkbox. So by default it will be like this. Here you will have one uh, uh, right mark. So remove this right mark. How you can remove? Simply click on that. So it will remove this right mark. So don't put this right mark over here. Okay, we don't put the right mark over here, and simply click on next. Okay, so remove this right mark and click on next. So then, yeah, it will finalize the setup, and it will ask you to click on next. So again you click on next. So once you click on next, it will finish the installation process. So click on finish. Okay, once you click on finish, it will ask you to select the language. So select the United States. It is something a different language, don't select that one. Select the United States English, then click on save. Okay, select the language and click on save. Then yes, you will get all these options into your start menu. So just go to the start menu and select xampcontrol.exe. This particular thing you have to select, xampcontrol.exe. Right click on that one and run as administrator. Right click on that one and run as administrator. Select run as administrator. select this XAMPP control.exe from your start menu. So when you install this XAMPP software into your computer, you will get this type of thing. I will show you because I have installed my XAMPP into the computer, and when I go to the control panel, it will list this particular thing to me. So just right click that one and select run as administrator. Okay, so after this, yeah, now you are ready for executing. I mean, as the installation of XAMPP is over, XAMPP server is over, now you are ready for executing your PHP programs, writing and executing your PHP programs. So I will show you how you can start. I mean, once the installation is over, how you can start your XAMPP application. In the sense, just go to start menu, and here you type XAMPP. See here, XAMPP control. Like this you will get XAMPP control. Then run as administrator. Select run as administrator. It will start this XAMPP control panel for you. Okay, like this it will start the XAMPP control panel. So then click on this Apache start. It should go green. Apache is running now. As you can see, it is having different modules. All the modules, whatever we have installed, it will list over here. So from that, I have selected the Apache module. Okay, Apache server. So simply, it is having this start menu, start button, actions over here. It is showing. So exactly in front of this Apache, you have this start button. So click on this start button. So this will start the Apache application. So now the Apache is running. Apache server is running. Okay. So then you have this MySQL. So if you want to start the database, just click on this start button. It will start the database. So now MySQL is also running. Okay. Hopefully you understood how we have to start the Apache. So simply go to the start menu, select the XAMPP control. So open it as run as administrator. Then click on these two buttons, these two start buttons, Apache start button and MySQL start button. Now your application is running. Both the servers are running. Database server as well as the server side Apache server, both are running. Okay. So in order to execute your PHP programs, you have to focus on one folder. There is one folder which is very important. Okay, so that folder is the XAMPP application installation folder, where you have installed the XAMPP application. So that I will show you where exactly we have installed. Inside C XAMPP, we have installed our XAMPP software inside C XAMPP. Okay, so this particular folder you have to focus. So how I can open that C inside C? So just click on this folder, your PC, my computer. Then you will be having C drive. So double click on C drive. Then you will be having this XAMPP. Over here you can see XAMPP folder. So double click on that XAMPP folder. So inside this XAMPP folder, when you open this XAMPP folder, you will be having one folder htdocs. htdocs. Open this folder htdocs. So here you have to save all your PHP files. So inside the XAMPP htdocs, and in that htdocs you have to save all your PHP files. So if you don't save your PHP files over here, you cannot execute. I mean, it is not possible for you to execute those PHP files. So you must and should have to save all your PHP files at this location, because this is the server location. Inside XAMPP only you have to put your PHP scripting, because PHP is server-side scripting language. So you need to put all the PHP scripting inside the server, and this is your server. This XAMPP is your server. Inside XAMPP, this htdocs is the location from where the server will execute all the server-side scripting programming. Okay, so this is your location where you have to put your what we call PHP programming. Hopefully you understood. So let me just write one simple PHP program, and I will show you how to execute that PHP program. Okay, So hopefully everything is clear for you. So we were here, right? Yes. This is location to save PHP program inside XAMPP. Remember this location. Inside XAMPP. So installation folder, inside C we have this XAMPP, isn't it? Inside C we have this XAMPP, and this inside this XAMPP we have this htdocs, and inside this htdocs only we need to save all our PHP programs. Remember this one. Inside C, XAMPP folder, in that htdocs folder, and inside that htdocs folder we need to save all our PHP programs. So once you save your PHP programs, it is very easy for you how you can execute the PHP programs. So discard this, minimize this. So this is my htdocs location, and over here I will open my, or else directly go to the edit plus. This is my edit plus. So here I want to write my first program. So what should I have to do? Yes, simply click on file, new, and take normal text. Okay. So over here you write your first see, for writing PHP code, all the PHP code you have to write between less than question mark PHP and question mark greater than, like this. In between this, here you have to write your PHP code. So between, this is this opening and this closing. It is must and should whenever you are writing the PHP code. Okay, this is your opening part and this is your closing part. These two things are must and should whenever you are writing your PHP scripting. PHP less than question mark PHP and question mark greater than. In between these two you have to write your PHP code. So suppose if I want to print a simple message hello world on the output screen, on the web browser, you need to use echo. Okay, echo between double quotations put hello world. Like a string you have to pass that hello world and terminate that with the help of a semicolon. So this is my PHP simple hello world program. Only this much you have to write. Okay, hello world, echo hello world in PHP scripting. Only this much I want to write. Now save the program. Save it. Where exactly we have to save this program? In the sense, again go to that htdocs only. Okay, where exactly it is? Inside C drive. Okay, inside C drive we have the XAMPP folder. Inside XAMPP folder look for htdocs. This is my htdocs. Double click htdocs and here you have to save your program and give the program name like test.php. Test.php. Test.php is my file name. .php extension is must and should. Okay, .php, test.php. Then click on save. Now the program got saved in that htdocs location. You just go and see that program. Minimize this what we call edit plus. Now you go to this PC, C drive, XAMPP folder, htdocs. Here you can see test. Okay, test, and here the file type is PHP source file. You can see PHP source file. If you want to see the content of this one, just double click. It is opening in browser basically. Okay, VS Code it is opening. So let me just close this one. Here the code you can see, PHP code it has shown. So in order to see the code, it is better if you open it always with edit plus only. See here, right click and open with edit plus. It will show you PHP echo hello world. Okay, close this one. The program is saved. So now how to execute my test.php file? It is PHP. So how to execute, how to check the output on the client application? In the sense, just go to the XAMPP control panel. Okay, go to the XAMPP control panel and start the already we have started Apache server as well as MySQL server. Already we have started. just click on this admin button. Okay, beside this Apache start button, I mean stop button, we have the admin button. So click on that admin. It will open the admin panel in web browser. As you can see, this is your Apache Tomcat admin panel. Okay, Apache Tomcat admin panel. So over here you are getting localhost followed by the dashboard. Okay, localhost dashboard. So simply remove this dashboard. Remove this dashboard. Put only localhost forward slash. Okay, localhost forward slash. Then you type your file name, that is test.php. This is our file name. Localhost forward slash test.php. Hit the enter key. See, as you can see, you are getting hello world. You are getting hello world over here. The message over here. Whatever we have printed over there, we are getting over here. So if you want to do some changes, what you have to do, just go to your htdocs folder. Okay, open this file in edit plus, and instead of hello world, you just change it to something ISL Engineering College, like this. I changed the message to ISL Engineering College. Once again, after the change, what you have to do, save the application. Save the application. Now you minimize this. Okay, again open the browser. Already it is localhost test.php. So just what you have to do, click on refresh. Refresh. When you are done refresh, you got ISL Engineering College. Okay, ISL Engineering College. So in this way you can execute your simple PHP programs. Okay, so from next session onwards, I mean all these steps you have to remember how we have installed. I mean installation, of course it is only a one-time job, but execution you have to remember. The importance of htdocs folder, saving the program, PHP programs into htdocs folder, and accessing the Apache admin panel, admin dashboard, and from there how you are typing your file name, PHP file name to check the output. These things you have to remember. Okay, it is very easy. Once you do it practically, it is very easy for you. Okay, hopefully you follow all these steps and try to run these PHP programs in your computers as well. Okay, thank you very much, students.